Hello, Samantha Fe here again with you. I'm so glad that you are here with me watching this video, whether you're watching it live or watching the replay. Remember that I would absolutely love to hear from you. So any questions or comments you might have, please feel free to type it in the comment box. So today I had something planned. I was going to share with you the 7 simple steps to connect with your higher self, even if you don't know how to meditate. And last night when I was sleeping, I had an experience that kind of shook me up a little bit and is still affecting me. And so it felt more right for me to actually kind of shift gears and give you kind of a window into what my reality as a psychic and as a healer is like. A couple of days ago, I had a reflexology healing by an incredibly talented healer, and I am pretty picky with who I let mess with my energy and mess with my space because I spend so much time grooming my energetic body that it's important for me to have somebody working with me that knows what they're doing. Well, this woman absolutely 100% knew what she was doing. She helped me to find a couple of beings that were in my space that were plugged into my energetic body, and ones that I was not conscious to, which is, it can be very common actually, that we as psychics, it can be difficult for us to read ourselves because we're so close that it oftentimes is really, really helpful to work with a team, so somebody that can bounce off ideas or offer a reflection of something that we can't always see within ourselves. So she was doing the extraction. She was telling me about them. I started getting information, started being able to see more clearly where these beings had plugged in, why they had, where they came from, how they got into my body. And we started doing a bunch of extractions and moving that energy out. Now, what's really interesting is that a lot of that energy was around my throat, hence the scratchy voice, a little bit of cough. I don't feel like I'm getting sick, but I do feel like my body is purging energetically, emotionally. I feel like I'm going through this full upgrade. Now, last night, what happened was I was sleeping. My dog just got his booster shot, so he woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, had to go outside. And as I came back to go to sleep, I was in this in-between space between waking and sleeping. So if you've ever been in that in-between space of waking and sleeping, in that kind of sleep paralysis space when things have happened, please do type into the comment bar yes, or that you know what I'm talking about. Now, sleep paralysis is that feeling when you are sleeping and there's a presence in the room, you're aware of your body, it can be kind of terrifying, there's usually an element of fear or an awareness that there's something else in the room, but you cannot move your body. You can't move your space because you're not quite fully in your body, you're in that in-between space, so you get stuck between going out of your body into the astral and coming into your body when you're waking and conscious. So as I was in this in-between space, one of the beings that we had removed in the healing came through into my room, into my bedroom, and basically was trying to re-enter my body. So as it was trying to re-enter my body, I was trying to start screaming and screaming to get it away or to wake up or move through. What I really felt was happening was that this being was there, one, to kind of help me, in the sense of helping me to clear out my fifth chakra, help me to clear out this scratchiness or these symptoms that I'm having of this cold. So as I'm screaming and screaming, I could feel that I was healing. I could feel that all of this stuff had started to move out of my body, and I could feel myself purging and extracting more of the energy that's been keeping me blocked, keeping me from being able to speak my truth. I do think that's one of the things that has helped inspired me to actually have the courage to share with you what my life is actually like as a psychic. It's not all sunshine and roses. It's not all beauty and wonder. But last night, I felt like I did go into that spiritual warrior space, that spiritual warrior sense, because as I was terrified, as I was screaming, as I was trying to keep this being from entering my body again, I went into this, just this knowing. Now, keep in mind that this is not a knowing of my mind. This was not a knowing of my mental capacity of saying, oh, I know what to do here. This was my heart space. So what happened was This being was trying to enter my body, and what I did was I turned on my heart. I turned on the emanation of my heart. I connected with God. I connected with the Christ force energy. And some of you may or may not agree with it. That's fine. That doesn't matter. This is my truth. And so I started to connect with that energy and emanated my heart. The best way that I knew was, instead of going into battle or going into war with this being that was trying to enter my body, was to start emanating and pulling that life force and start thriving that life force energy from within my heart. Now, what that does is it raises a vibrational frequency to such a high level that the beings that are there for ill intent cannot match that energy. They cannot match that vibration. It just doesn't fit. And so when you bring that vibration to an extraordinarily high level by using that connection with the God energy of that peace, that love, that healing, that unconditional compassion, it starts to bring a different kind of energy into the room. So as this is happening, I'm watching my heart grow. I'm watching my space completely dissolve. There's no awareness of my body, but my room starts turning into this kind of like beaming golden energy, and it really started to clear everything out of the room. I started to continue to watch this as my the energy that I was emanating started to fill my house and clearing out the house and protecting. I do a lot of work with a lot of the archangels, and so I do a lot of work and calling and asking them in. And so as I was calling and asking them in, they started to also help me to push and pull the remainder of this energy, any sort of negative forces that were coming through. Now, the reason that I believe this to be happening now is that I'm growing at an exponential rate. I've never experienced my own personal growth to be this quick and this sudden. And when that happens, and I'm speaking this to you because I hope that it helps you to relate as well, but when this happens, negative forces or forces that will keep us down start to become present. They start to show up. They start to pull us down. So if you've ever noticed where you've been excelling, and please do type in the comments yes or no, maybe you have a story or experience, but where you've been excelling and things have been going really well for you, and then all of a sudden a friend gets really jealous, or they don't want to connect with you, or maybe you lose your job, or something happens in the sense that starts to bring you down. But really what it is, or the way that I see it, is that it's a sign that you're doing good work. It's a sign that you're moving forward. It's a sign that you're growing in the way that you're meant to be growing. And when that happens, the things that are not able to connect with you start to fall away. But sometimes before they fall away, it's like this one last attack mode to try to keep you from being able to move forward. So as this is going, thank you, Elspeth. I so much appreciate your love and support. But as you're moving forward and as you're starting to collect more energy, you're starting to grow, you're starting to expand, your body starts to change, you're going through detox, all of this happens. Be aware, because these are the kinds of things that are real. These are the kinds of things that have happened. Some people say that sleep paralysis, like anytime I start talking about sleep paralysis, people go, oh my gosh, that's happened to me, but I didn't really understand what was going on. And so by being able to be aware and to be conscious of what it is, that is where you start to become free. That's when you start to access the memories of why you're here in this body at this time. That's when you start to become more fulfilled in your truth, in your spiritual truth. Hi, Jason. So glad you could join me. And when you start to become more fulfilled in your truth, you become free. You become free. And part of that for me is being able to have this conversation with you. I've had these experiences almost my whole life, but I've been in the closet about it. I haven't told many people. It's been my own sort of battle, my own sort of experience. And the more I talk about it, the more I realize I'm not alone. So I encourage you to do so. If you're interested, if this is something that is a regular for you, please join me in the Daily Sunshine. That's a Facebook group that I've created for like-hearted individuals so that we can actually have a place to talk about some of these metaphysical experiences that happen where we're not feeling judged or feeling crazy or that bad things are happening or whatever. It happens, and it's really nice to have solidarity to say, oh my gosh, that happened to me too, or oh my goodness, I know what you're talking about. So join me in the Daily Sunshine. I do also want to let you know that the Intuitive Transformation Program, this is my 3-month program. I do 6 sessions. It's a one-on-one program. I'm phasing out of it. I'm shifting my business structure, my business plan. So I have 2 spots left, and that is not going to be available anymore by March 1st. So there's less than a week to touch into that. I do have a few people that are interested, and so if you're interested, before my prices shift, before my prices change, please do connect with me. I'd absolutely love to work with you. I'd love to help you gain clarity. I'd love to help you gain strength. If you are a business owner or you're working on your own projects, I'd be absolutely happy to connect with you about how to grow, different sort of ideas that will help you in your business. And if you feel like you're stuck because of things that have happened in your past that you haven't been able to let go of, we all have baggage, and sometimes it's really nice to have somebody go through your baggage with you and help you release what you don't need. So please do connect with me. I would love to talk to you soon. And Audie, don't you worry. This will be on replay. You can connect. I think you'd actually really enjoy the first part of this video because I'm sure we have talked about this a little bit before. All right. Well, I love you guys so much. Once again, your love and support keeps me going. It really helps me to find the motivation to connect with you, even when my throat is scratched, even when I'm not feeling well, even when I'm going through a phase of spiritual warfare, whatever we want to call it. I like to giggle about it because it helps. But please do connect with me. Please do reach out. Join me in the daily sunshine. I'd love to talk to you, and I hope you're having the absolute best Friday ever. And I'm sure I'll connect with you soon. Mwah! Ciao.